Welcome back, my most ethical light and love crew. Good to see you. We're getting up close and personal on this one-on-one. And this is my official break with the murmurs in the background of the coffee shop. Yes, it is. So, I didn't anticipate doing a reading because, like, nothing's really, I would say, angering me right now. Because, you know, when I get angry, things happen. But I have become resourceful in that mode. I've turned it from survival mode to creative mode. Isn't that wonderful? And that's all due to this. What valedictorians end up including in their speech, you just gotta show up. Number one, you gotta show up. It does matter a shit ton, okay? And that's how you learn, okay? That's, you know, like, that's a subtle way of saying don't unalive yourself, you know? Show up. Because that'll offer so many more options than the latter, obviously. And so you're leaving things open, even if you don't feel like there's not much to be open to, or anything worth out there to be open to. You show up. Yes, you do. And with that, this is the clock in and eventually clock out, you know? Actually, do I get that from here? I just know that you show up, just like the others. This looks like straws to me here. What is that thing? They use sticks, but sometimes they use straws. Huh. So this is something about consumption. So if you get the short end of the stick or the straw, it's not just like what you're presented, but also what you're consuming. So the wonderful thing about this, based on the last reading, is that because they're all connected. So when you have the shorter end of the stick, that means that you are closer. You have a direct route to whatever it is that you're consuming. So if somebody thinks that they're giving you something smaller, it may in fact be something so much more advantageous than the others. Okay, I like it. I like it. So sometimes that means holding your ground in a way of, like, you have to protect what you've worked out thus far. You know, like you know, in some of those like old school icebreakers where they have, it's kind of low key like bingo atmosphere, where they have like a crossword puzzle or whatever on the table, and they said the first one that gets it all, you know, gets a prize or whatever. And so that's not something with a crossword puzzle or, yeah, that you can, is it crossword puzzle? Or like find the word in here and there, that you can't like Google up, you know, that's something that's very old school. And I do appreciate that, because it's like, when you do trivia, people can just look it up on their phones, you know, people do that, but you can't shortcut finding, like doing the scavenger hunt live or, deciphering things really in that aspect with those games. So you know what, people want to play games, we'll give them games, okay? And that way you're, you know, kind of diverting, you're you're giving them the best route to figuring shit out, using your brain for reals, rather than scheming, you know? It's just leveling the playing field. We're all gonna figure it out the same way. So there's that. I like it. And that's what you get for showing up, right? You get to teach. Passively and kind of directly too, huh? Okay. So you let people participate if they want to participate. If not, you know, then you'll get to really see who, because the only reason in not participating in something like that is, you can, well, it's a way to define or judge someone's character as well. Like, just base level, like, oh, these are the several reasons why they would not participate, and they wouldn't, like, lose out on anything if they didn't participate. So it says a lot about when somebody hinges between this side or that, yep. Oh, the High Priestess extroverted. I know. Except I don't know it all. It's okay. I feel like what they're saying is that I do know it all, but I'm only given, like, I know it all at the moment that I'm supposed to know it all. So it's always shifting. Like, you know how they talk about higher selves, and the higher self is, you know, constantly shifting to the best degree of where you are at, like in the most wholesome atmosphere. Five of Pentacles, yeah. They're resourcing everything that they can possibly have. And in some essence, it's not enough, but it's enough. I mean, how do you say it? It's not everything, but it's enough. Yeah. You see? Okay, so I'm I'm getting Cardi B, ochre, but I didn't do the rolling R. So anyway, this is kind of like a rolling of the red carpet, is what they're saying. Because right here, it's what I was trying to say is it's is it Wizard of Oz? Shoot, no, it's not Wizard of Oz. It's, what's that other one? Alice in Wonderland, where Alice shrinks down to this. Even though this is the nadir, it seems like a low point. It seems like you're smaller than whatever this big, a small fry in this big atmosphere. No, it's perfect. You are the key. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, cool. That's the secret of your sauces, your recipe. So, making things spin. Oh, gosh. Let's go back into this lifetime here. Let's get back into this dimension. So, as I told you, I'm at a coffee shop in my lunching hour, and shoot, what was I gonna say about that? Oh my gosh, what the heck? What the heck was I gonna say? Oh man. Oh yeah. Okay, so I did the mobile order, then I was standing in, you know, the area of mobile order waiting, and my head was like up against the wall, just like, you know, just waiting. I was not feeling any particular thing at the moment. But then I felt this ultimate like dizziness, and then a psychic attack come through right over here. And I was like, oh, that's different. I haven't felt that in a while. In fact, I actually felt that starting up in the office, and I haven't felt psychic attacks in the office in a long time. And so once I, like, it's a good pop quiz, because, like, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I don't always have to transmute the energy. I can just, you know how, in the Avatar, how, it's not Sokka, it's his name begins with an A, but I think it begins with an A, but, oh gosh, he's from Fire Nation, okay, and, because his sister is Azuka, I think, but anyway, how he learns from his uncle to channel, lightning through his body. So there's something about a transmutation where I can do that, and that's exactly what it feels like. It's kind of like electrifying, like very abrupt, penetrating, and intrusive. And I was like, that's somebody that isn't just like interrupting your conversation, like interrupting your experience, like, you know, mind your own business kind of thing, mind your own castle. But this is somebody who acts like wherever you're at is a fucking mosh pit. So like elbows thrown, this and that. And so that's what kind of rage there is. Did I tell you the person that's currently my boss in writing? When we had to go through like the step-by-step playbook of what had happened, when she didn't get her laptop, when she didn't, like, oh my God, hell broke loose, I swear. The way she looked at me, oh my gosh. If there are any seers out there, I invite you in to see that shit. Especially if you're one of our clients. Holy moly. She would lose all credibility in an instant. The way she looked at me was like, when she ran through the playbook of whatever it was that, like, the email after email, the times and this and that, her hands were shaking, you know, holding the paperwork. And then so I couldn't interrupt, right? Okay. So when she gave me the forum, I was calm. I was like, oh, that's interesting to see. When she gave me the forum to speak, all of a sudden my hands were shaking. And first I was explaining, but then I started feeling something come over me, and I knew it wasn't my energy. But like as I was making my points, it became stronger and stronger. And then I saw her face, and it looked like a little Asian girl that had, like, nobody loved her ever when she was growing up. And so like it's like somebody who learned how to hate, like the little Asian girl that learned how to hate incredibly, like to the greatest degree. And her face was like, how I have to look at myself, okay. It was like that. It was so crazy. It was like the brattiest brat ever. And I'm not the kind where it's like, if you hear yelling and screaming or crying in the grocery store or shopping mall or whatever, I don't get upset at those things. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't, and I didn't have those kind of kids either. So it wasn't like, it was more like I've been there, done that. And even before becoming a parent, that shit never bothered me. And so that I would say, that's why I would say it would be very strong for me to say that, but I wouldn't say it if it wasn't accurate. My mind was blown at how she was looking at me, coming from her position. And I didn't understand it. Like, all she had to read was a freaking sentence in the email. It was a single sentence. She ignored that. And so, like, anyway, that's what I'm seeing in here. That's exactly what kind of insanity I am working with here. So yeah, with the psychic attack that came through, that's, why did I even bring that up? I know that I was supposed to bring that up because I wasn't even doing anything. I was waiting for my order. So that's the reason I think why I'm doing this here. That's why I think I have, oh, it's coming through again. Oh, lightly. Okay, it's gone. So it gives me the pop quizzes to practice. Like, oh, I remember what I'm supposed to do. Okay, let's try it. And then all of a sudden they jump back. They retract their attack. So it's like, okay, I have to be more agile. Okay, I can do this. Okay, be ready. Remember. Okay. So that's what I gotta do. All right. Angels of Love and Light. Archangel Michael, what do you want to say? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's power. Look at this. Four of Pentacles. It's ownership, accountability. You know, the people that are best at what I just talked to you about. This is, see, the bar has just been raised. Okay, so like I grew up like from here to there. Okay, radar. Right in the middle, it's actually the connecting point of Two of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. As above, so below. Right there in the middle. You want to put me in the middle of things? You want to get in the middle of my business? Okay, let's center this. Okay. So we're talking about architecture here. Balance in the building. I like it. Formation. Working on your form as you're building. So this is working out as well. And making things work out. Yeah, just make it happen with the Five of Pentacles. And here in total, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. That is true ownership. That is living in the lap of your own luxury. This is independence. This is freedom. So, yeah. So, okay, what I was going to say, people who are not just the craftiest, but the most adept at this practice that I just told you about are people who do take accountability for their stuff. So it's not just, I don't know how to say it. How do I say it? It's not just in the act of the practice, but the universes see like, oh, this person's putting in the work. This person is putting in the work for the right reasons, even. Layer upon layer, let's celebrate that cake. Let's top it off. And so that's what happens. Yeah, so making things spin. So yeah, the way that I titled that was because of the spinning. Like it was almost like I've never had vertigo ever, 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 but I think that's the closest thing that I could experience to vertigo. It was like the dizziness and then all of a sudden like the penetrating. So this is a combination. This is not just by one person. This is a coven-like energy where they schedule like these overlapping like meetings or whatever. Like, why are people so irresponsible? They're going to get their gifts taken away. And you know what? I'm not even going to question it. At this point, I know where it's going to go. When those energies are taken away, it's going to be given to me. I know for a fact. I've already prophesized it in my readings. I already know how the dots connect. So if they want to let go of their stuff and relinquish those powers to me, so shall it be done. What do you want to say, Archangel Michael? Oh, Chariot. Let's get it on. You know what I'm hearing? I think it's Marvin Gaye. They go, "What's going on? What's going on?" And then, but that's what came to my head. But I was trying to say, "Let's get it on." Let's get it on. That's funny. If you're not from around here and there's a culture shock or like a language barrier of what funny is versus not funny, I'm telling you, that's funny. Let's shake on it. It's funny. Both hands. It's funny. You know, like how some people like in Englanders, how sometimes it's not like, it's confusing what kind of funny that is. But then you kind of learn it. You know how like The Office, the series, there's a US version and then an England version, but the England version is, I think, how they originated it. It's kind of like that. Oh, the Empress in reverse. What's on the top? 7 of Pentacles. Just wait and see. Okay? Just be objective, Tina. And while the other like faker empresses come through, just like watch. The show must go on. Okay, I want to see what's behind her. Oh, shit. Just watch and see. It's the Tower. Oh, shit is going. Let's talk about what's going on. That's crazy. I want to peek. May I peek? I will ask for permission, okay? 3 of Cups in reverse. That's only for me to know. See? Table is served. 3 of Cups down. It's only for an elite few to find out. To know. I know who's behind it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta go. So, what is your takeaway? Okay? I want to know, what is our takeaway actually? Oh, magnetism. 4 of Swords in reversal. This is a spectrum of happiness. This is healed. This is healed energy. So all your divining, all your magnetizing is from the top. Oh, you know what they're saying? Oh, they're saying take it from the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break. Give me a break. That's what, yeah, and break me off a piece of that. That's what's happening. But they're saying take it from the top, you know? So this is practice energy. There's a routine. There's there's also like ad-lib flexibility in, you know, this is, what do you call it? When freestyling. So, what is my takeaway? I love it. It's so good. The Cage, 10 of Wands in reverse. This is, again, freedom. This is putting out the fire. The admin's job is done for the day. Okay. I think that's good. Yep. Okay, so now that this reading is officially over, I thank all my sponsors, all my supporters, all donations provided in light and love. I certainly appreciate it, and you, of course. But now that this reading is over, upon closing the portals, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout. To each their own blessings, and however the divine decrees, I petition accordingly, enforcing it. Thanks so much. All right, enlightened love. I close the portals in this reading.